All right, all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wa Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. To the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women. To the dead in Yahweh Shai also. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. All right, so I'm gonna make this video really, rebuking myself. This is a self-rebuke video. Now, to just kind of go in to kind of set the mood of the lesson, so to speak. Going back to the time of the Passover, I believe it fell on a Friday. I can't remember, but I believe it may have fell on a Friday or something like that. Which means the Sabbath also fell on a Friday. But I was not really celebrating, but I was partaking in the Passover, but I did it the following day on Saturday. Because in my mind, the Sabbath fell on the following day. So when I found out that I was a day behind, I was angry with myself, like how in the hell did I make that mistake? Okay, so that's one thing, right? So I was just thinking on that, like, man, I'm tired of being imperfect, blah, blah, blah. Then during the Passover, I think it was probably the third day, there was some damn soy sauce that I threw on my food. I look on the damn package of the soy sauce. It said it had leaven in it. I'm like, man, what the so that pissed me off. That threw my spirit off, right? So I'm like, man, this is why we got to get up out of here. I'm tired of being in this body. So I'm really just getting hard on myself. So, next thing, a little bit down the line, probably shortly after the Passover, my page before this one is just totally deleted. They just got rid of it completely. And I have more subscribers on that page than I do on this page. Okay? Which it can be frustrating at times thinking about it, because it shows, most people aren't really sincere, because I left the information on my last page on coming to this page because of, Esau messing with me on that page. And, naming it The Lonely Path to Salvation, I had named it that because, I came into this truth by myself, but the Spirit told me I wasn't always going to be by myself out there. So I wanted to think ahead and make a new page, not only because Esau was messing with that one, but because I felt, well, although this is a lonely path to salvation, you have to seek out your own salvation. I wanted it to feel open to, if other brothers was to come in and be out there doing the work with me, it wouldn't sound so much like a me thing. So I ended up naming it Immortal Crown, because that's what it's about, getting that crown, receiving the real prize, not the things that this world can offer, but the real thing. Okay. So nevertheless, that page gets taken down, right? Next thing I'm frustrated about that. I'm thinking about, the other couple things I had mentioned. Now I can't upload videos on this page because Esau hit me with a strike. So it's just like back to back to back things. And then it's like, okay, it seems like every time I gain like 2 subscribers or something, Esau wants to strike me. It seems like a pattern. And it's frustrating. Imagine a little 7-year-old playing basketball with an adult, and the adult's going hard on the child. Every time the child tries to shoot the ball, the adult's just, and then laughing. You ain't got no shot. Try again. The little boy pick up the ball. He do a little granny shot. The adult swats the shot. That's what Esau's doing to us, man. It's like we're trying to push the truth, but Esau's trying to swat this word from going out. So I was getting frustrated, like, here it is. I've been doing this for a short time, but I came into this truth alone. I didn't come into no camp. I didn't have brothers pat me on the back, saying, brother, we got to get out there and do the work today. Or, hey, brother, you in the mood to do a lesson today. I had to force myself to get out there before I got out there, because I've never done nothing like that before. So it was a heavy load. And I would ask the Lord, like, why me? I didn't ask for this. Why bring me into this truth if no one's going to listen? What is the point? What is the whole purpose? But then, I started realizing that's my flesh talking, because it's not about our desire and our will. So ultimately, this video is rebuking myself, because I'm not going to say I'm getting weak in the spirit. I never stop believing. This is the truth. No one can make me change my mind with that. Okay? But I was falling into that spirit like, what's the point? No matter how much you try or how much you do, when it seems like no one's listening to you, I don't care who you are as a person. No one wants to go through that. You got men in this truth. They don't want to push videos on the Hebrew because they feel they don't get views. Well, imagine every single one of your videos being like that. And then you have to be on fire and still present these lessons. Okay? It can get frustrating along with everything that you're dealing with in the world. But none of that matters, man. Okay? I'm going to go to the book of Revelations. This is Revelations chapter 3 and verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So this past, month and a half, I haven't been cold or hot. I've been lukewarm, man. The only thing I've been doing is walking in the truth. Still keeping the Sabbath. Still turning away if I see a woman has a man, and, walking in the spirit, still going out on the highways and byways. But I haven't been presenting lessons throughout the week because I've just felt so worn out, just fed up with Israel, man. Not in a sense of I don't desire to push the word and all that, but I'm a man, and a lot of guys in this truth, they try to cover up who they really are. They're not really themselves. See, me, I am myself in this truth. Okay? But I am also my transformed self. This is the new me. All right? But I'm not acting. I'm not pretending. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. But here of late, I haven't been cold or hot. Because I've just been in that spirit of, out of everybody you could have called to this truth, why call me? Nobody listens and blah, blah, blah. That woe is me spirit. But this video is to rebuke that spirit. And any brother out there who may be going through that spirit. Because I'm not the only guy. We have men out in the world who go through the same things we go through, and they're not even in the truth in certain ways. So how much more brothers in the truth who may be going through similar things, whether on a lesser level or a higher level or whatever the case may be. Oh, and not to mention, as what Esau calls sleep paralysis, it was a little after the Passover, I had a spiritual attack. And, not to get all deep and to creep people out, but if you're spiritual, this really shouldn't make you think I'm crazy, so to speak. Because we're spirits ourselves. We're just spirits within bodies. All right? But, I had a spiritual attack. One of my old close friends in the world, he had died at the end of last year. But I had a spiritual attack in my sleep. I heard his voice. And it felt like he was sitting in the bed with me. Like I felt the bed go down or whatever. It was just really demonic. Okay? So... my spirit's been kind of off. I haven't really been myself as of late. But there's no real excuse to getting weak in this faith, because we have to understand there's a higher calling than your feelings. Not that our feelings don't matter, but we have a job to do. We have a duty to do, regardless of how many views you do or don't get. Okay? But the guys who don't get the views, you're the ones who feel it though. You're the ones who feel the blunt end of the bitterness because you put time and effort in just like other men. Okay? But they don't understand we're still humans. We're still people, so to speak. We do get weak because you're going to get weak in the world. If you're playing on a team, you're not going to always perform well. Okay? But in the spirit, you got to bounce back when you get weak. And you can't get so weak where you just take your hand from the plow, man. You know, if you get to that feeling of not believing, you know, you get to that feeling of wanting to go back into the world because you think this is a waste of time to that degree. Yeah, that's horrible. But, you know, to fall in the moments where you're not producing like you should because you're being hard on yourself, you know, we don't have any time for that. We don't have time to be looking at the negatives, okay? Because that's going to cause you to be lukewarm. We have to focus on the win. We have to focus on the prize, man. That's the end goal, okay? And we have to be honest not only with ourselves. You got to be honest with those around you, man. Those within this ministry. If you acting like you perfect all the time, brothers can't learn from that. You gotta let your imperfections be known too, because we learn from each other. All right, where was I at? Revelations chapter 3 and 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Okay, so if I don't get my act together, yeah, I've gotten to the point where I was kind of, you know, getting weak and becoming lukewarm. Although the Lord is merciful and he's been showing he's with me, if I don't get my act together, or any man out there who is also lukewarm, if you don't get your act together, the Lord's going to destroy you. He's going to destroy me. He's going to destroy any man in this ministry who lukewarm. And that's just a matter of bringing out the truth in its fullness, man. There's no respect of persons, man. Right? When I go out there and I say, you know, the Lord gonna destroy you wicked ass people, well, if I'm not right, the Lord gonna destroy me too, man. It's a double-edged sword. Okay? And all you women out there, you think you avoided judgment. No, you're not gonna escape away clean. You're gonna get your punishment. This is the wrong time. This is probably the worst time in all of Earth's history to be performing wickedness, seeing that we're in the time of the ultimate, matter of fact, we're in the time of the supreme judgment coming. Okay? So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And I've done that with some lukewarm food. You know, you might be eating your food and it be hot at first, but then you might take that bite that wasn't warmed up all the way and you'd be like, ugh, you spit it out your mouth, man. That's how Yahweh Shai is going to do any lukewarm man. Because we are a part of the body. But if he spews you out of his mouth, you're no longer of the body. And that's scary, man. So as of late, I've been lukewarm. I've been guilty of being lukewarm. And that's going to be corrected, because if it's not going to be corrected, I'm going to be corrected by being terminated. And all you brothers out there, if you don't correct it, you're going to be corrected by being terminated. There ain't no respect of persons, man. The Lord don't give a fuck, man. Okay? That's just what it is. All right? Let's go to 1 Timothy's, I believe it is. Timothy's. Let's see. That's not it. This is scripture that talks about not neglecting the gift. Okay, yeah, it's 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 14. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, which the laying on the hands of the presbytery. Okay, so here in where I live, we have a nursing home called Presbyterian Manor. It's a place for elderly people. Really, the word Presbyterian, I believe, goes into the word elders. Okay, the elders have gave us. Well, they didn't really give us. They taught us this truth. They were vessels set up to guide us, to keep us on point. Okay, and I had heard a video from Elder Apostle Tahar, basically going into being lukewarm. And you have a lot of guys lollygagging and playing games, regardless of the reason. It baffles me though how you'll have guys. They don't even barely have to hold any weight, man. They're not even teaching. They're just holding signs. All they gotta do is show up to camp, But they ain't producing no videos. All right, they're not adding to brothers spiritually. All right, they're not inspiring brothers. So I don't understand guys like that who basically came into this with help. I came into this with no help, and I'm not gonna lie, man. There's been days it's like, how in the hell? How am I gonna do this? I'm just one guy. This ain't even my personality to just be seen and in the open. I'm more of a low key guy. You know what I'm saying? But then to go out there and teach and to prophesy, you're putting yourself in the open. You're making yourself vulnerable to your enemies and all that, man. But regardless, there's no excuse. We've been given a gift. Don't neglect the gift that was taught, given to us by our elders, man. Okay. 1 Timothy 4 and 14 again. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. So this ministry goes deeper than just producing lessons, so you're not lukewarm. It's a way of life, man. You got to live this truth. You have to not only talk the talk, you got to live it, man. You got to be about it. You see a fine woman, the moment you find out she's not available, it's it. You don't pursue it. You don't set yourself up for temptation. Try to stick around. You get the hell away from her, man. Okay? You see people in the world, if you're around someone and you see they're just totally wicked, you get the hell away from them. You don't keep trying to, you know what I'm saying, brush them off when you see they don't have no potential. You got to meditate on the scriptures, man. You got to live this. It goes deeper than, I brought out 14 lessons this week, but you secretly getting lineups. You try to exalt yourself over brothers. Okay? You're carnal. You always trying to fight motherfuckers, man. But then you can be on fire. So there is a balance. This goes deeper than producing videos. That's a big part of it. The teaching, feeding the sheep. But also walking this ministry. Actually living this ministry. Not just getting on a hot album and rapping nothing that you're living. Okay? The new song, not only are we singing the new song, we live the life that we're singing, man. You know? And I use that as an analogy because, back in the world, I made beats and I rap, man. That at one time I thought that was my life, and I would always try to mix or correlate, I think would be the word, my spiritual side with my music side, my street side at one time. Okay, because you have a lot of men. They'll have that zeal, but not according to knowledge. I had a zeal, but it wasn't according to knowledge. But nevertheless, we got to meditate on these scriptures. We got to live the scriptures, man. None of us are void of getting our asses spanked, man. We have to make this truth our first priority. Okay. And I also find myself, I be trying to bring out too many scriptures in a short time. I think sometimes maybe I need to slow down. Not slow down, because that doesn't sound right. But I think when I try to bring so many scriptures, it becomes overwhelming and more difficult to bring out lessons, because it's difficult trying to remember scriptures, man. It's not easy. But I'm going to try my hardest to step back up and feed the sheep, because I really do care about, the little 3 or 4 sheep that are being fed, that pay attention, And that's just how it is. Most people aren't really sincere. I don't give a fuck about them. But for those of you who are sincere, that's who I do it for. I do it for myself primarily first. You got to seek out your own salvation, but I also do it for you, you sincere ones out there, whoever you may be. Never met you, but it's all spiritual. Really, in the spirit, we have met, Let's see, where do I want to go with this? Let's try Baruch here. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4. Here it is. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the power, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. So, we got to seek the Lord 10 times more. Back in the world when we was doing whatever we were doing, whatever wickedness we were doing, basically we got to make up for our wickedness. We've done so much wickedness, we got to go hard in this ministry. Because really, the Lord don't need us, but this is also a sense of humility to show our apology, basically, like, hey, we're sorry, we're apologetic, and we're so sorry to where we're willing to humiliate ourselves for the Lord. We do this through the foolishness of preaching. So even if people don't listen to us, we still put ourselves on the line, and we still got to keep fighting. And like 2 Ezra 14 says, we have to put off that weak nature. We can't get weak. This is not the time to get weak. I say that to myself first and foremost. This ain't the time to get weak, man. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you don't really know what to call me. But you can call me Yashia Managan. And at one time I was going by the name Ayasha, but I was wrong because my government name is Josiah, right? And I remember being told some time back, that Josiah and Ayasha was basically the same name. One was the Hebrew name, one was the English translation, so to speak. But then, through time I found out it was Yashia, I believe is how you say it, Josiah, and Managan, musician, because I love music, man. And that is a big part of my life. And I've never really put that out there, but I do think it's important that, You know, if I'm bringing out these videos and these lessons and you don't really know the name to go by, well, there you go. Yashia Managan. This is a video, just me rebuking myself. We can't neglect the gift. We can't be lukewarm. We got to step it up. We got to keep fighting. We can't get weak because we're on the winning team as long as we be of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And there's really not much for me to say outside of my apologies first and foremost to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. My apologies to myself because I'm hurting myself. My apologies to the sheep out there who get fed and edified by these lessons, who are sincere. So, Lord willing, I'll be able to produce more, step it up, do what I need to do as an Israelite man to receive my salvation. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Wa Rakakwadash. Shalom.